Hey guys, it's G.I. Joe. So today, talking about planning a trip to Disney World. Some of the things you need to consider, some of the things that you can do, um, how much it's going to cost, and um, just so you see how much it is and some of the stuff you can do. I'm gonna plan this like it would be my trip. Um, so I'm gonna say I'm planning a trip for August 1st, 2020 to August 11th, 2020. And since it's over a year away, I'm gonna be basing all my prices um, the off of August 1st, 2019 to August 11th, 2019. Um, um, for this trip, I'm gonna plan it like there's two adults, me and my girlfriend if I had one, um, and at the end I'll show you how much it would cost. Just so you know everything vary, um, what you're doing, where you're staying, how many people are going, what time of year you're going, um, and this is all doesn't include souvenirs, so that's more money that you'd be paying. Um, so first thing I need to do is choose which airline I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna choose Southwest, um, just because you get free luggage. With Southwest, their flights are um, layovers, or their flights have layovers. Um, Sometimes this can be 30 minutes, sometimes this can be 3 hours. All depends on where you're flying into. And um, so for me, the closest airport is Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, MSP. And the one I'm flying into is going to be Orlando International Airport, MCO. Um, so the cheapest flight I could find departing on the August 1st would be departing at 5:05 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I will be arriving at MCO at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the cheapest flight I could find on the August 11th departs MCO at 9:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and arrives at MSP at 2:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. For the plane tickets, I'm going to be paying $784.40. That's for two adults, round trip, um, which isn't so bad because most places um, charge you 500 for one adult round trip. Um, Southwest is really nice. Um, they don't have sections, so like some planes have first class, business class, economy, or coach. Um, Southwest doesn't have any of those. You just get on in boarding groups and you get to choose wherever you want. So if you want to sit up at the very front, you can. If you want to sit in the middle or the back, you can. It's a great thing about Southwest. Next need to do is choose where I'm going to be staying. So for me, I would choose Art of Animation. It's a value resort, so it's the lower end of Disney um, resorts, but that doesn't mean it skimps on any of the quality. Great thing about this is that it's a Disney theme restaurant or resort. They are it's got like Little Mermaid and cars and Finding Nemo and stuff like that. They have great transportation systems. They got the gondola system coming in later in 2019. They have their own buses to get you to and from the parks and a few other places. This is also just a 5 minute walk from Pop Century, so if you want to, you can meet up, or you can have family stay over at Pop Century, and you can not be too far away from them. Or if you want, and art animation buses are extremely full, or they're going to take forever, you can always walk over to Pop Century, and sometimes it's faster. The room that I'm be staying in is going to be called the Little Mermaid Standard Room. This room either comes with 2 double beds or one king. Room views are either the courtyard, the pool, or the parking lot. This room is going to cost $205.40 a night. So since I'm staying there for 10 nights, it's going to cost $2,054. The next thing I'm going to do is choose park tickets. Got a few different options, just so you can see how much they cost. I'm going to be doing my tickets separately, just so you see. If you want to save money, you can always bundle your resort and your park tickets, and you can save some money. Depends on how many people are going. You can save anywhere from like a couple hundred to a couple thousand, depending on if you got like a big group. The different types of tickets are there's the basic, there's the park hopper, and then there's a park hopper plus. And the basic is basically you can get into one park for that day, and if you leave the park, you can't get back in. This is going to be your cheapest ticket, but it's not going to be the nicest, just because you have to stay in that park, and if you leave, you have to either pay for another ticket, or you can't get back. You're kind of SOL. So, otherwise, if you want to get back into the parks as many times as you can, go to other parks. There's the park hopper option. This ticket allows you to get in and out of parks as many times as you want. Go to all the parks that you want. This is going to be your mid-range ticket. But if you're looking for the best ticket for your price, I personally think the Park Hopper Plus option is your best, because you get the Park Hopper, and then you also get a certain number of visits to Oak Trail Golf Course, both the mini golf courses, there's water parks, and then you also get into ESPN Wide World of Sports. So I'm gonna be going to the parks for 7 days, and I'm gonna get the Park Hopper Plus tickets. So per person for the 7 days for all 7 tickets, it's gonna cost $567.32. So for 2 people, it's gonna be $1,134.64. All depends on what ticket you get, type, or the number of people, the age, if there's a special deal Disney has going on, when you go. Prices can change, or the cost can change. If you go more days, you can save more money. Like if you go 1 day, it could cost like $109. If you, or for a ticket per ticket. Otherwise, if you go like 10 days, it could be like, I think it's $50, I believe, for each ticket. So that's not too bad. Something else you need to know about your tickets. If you're staying on Disney property, you can reserve your fast passes 60 days ahead of time, or if you're not staying on Disney property, you can only reserve 30 days ahead of time. If you don't know what fast passes are, it's basically special ticket that you reserve, and you get to skip to the front of the line. So that's not a bad deal. So you're paying, I think I'm paying like $64 for a ticket, for each ticket. So it's not too bad. There's some rides that you really don't need a fast pass, but you can get one if you want. Ones like these would be rides that have single rider lines. So Test Track, for example, that's a very popular ride in Epcot. You can go in the single rider line, and it could be like 10-15 minute wait if you go in single rider. But even if you have a good group, if you want to just go on the ride and you want to sit there and wait for all you to be together, and it's fine that you're not all together, you can go in a single rider and be on there quick and done. Otherwise, you can, and otherwise, ride wait time is like, sometimes it could be an hour, sometimes it could be 2 hours, 2 hours, and 2.5 hours. Other rides that you don't really need a fast pass are rides that are constantly moving. So some examples, or an example would be Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, or most people just call it the People Mover. This ride is constantly moving. I think the max I've seen the wait time is like 20 minutes. So this is constantly moving, and you're not really waiting, because it just keeps moving and moving. Another thing you need to choose is what you're going to do for meals. Whether you're going to do Disney's dining plan, or you're going to pay out of pocket. If you pay out of pocket, what I recommend is each one of your group chooses one table service, and you pay out of pocket for that, and then you do $25 gift cards for quick service meals for the rest of the time. So choose Cinderella's Table, that's a table service, that's one person. And then say you choose Viennapoli, that's another table service. There's the two for me and my girlfriend if I had one going with me. So that way we each had whichever one we wanted, and there's our two table service. And when we're going to pay for the rest of the meals, we just use $25 gift cards and pay for your quick service, and you can get a good amount of food for $25 for 2 meals. Could go, great option would be like corn or mini corn dogs at Casey's Corner with fries, and you can just get a bottle of water and be like $12. I think is what I paid last time. Otherwise, if you choose the Disney dining plan, there's a few different options for that. They have the quick service dining plan. It would be 2 quick service meals. Quick service is basically like Culver's, it's fast food, make to order. Then it also has 2 snacks and 1 refillable mug. And then the refillable mugs, basically just a Disney themed mug. It's kind of like this. It's just Disney themed, and they change these every year. We were just there in October this in 2018, and they had some Halloween ones. Christmas, I think they have some Christmas ones. It all depends. They make a certain amount, so if you're there earlier for the season, then you were able to get the mugs easier. Um, the next one is the regular dining plan. This is a one quick service meal, and then also a table service meal, and then your two snacks and your refillable mug. Table service is kind of like Applebee's or Perkins. Basically, most of the or it's good amount of the popular restaurants there is table service. There's a few restaurants where you can do quick service or table service. Like Be Our Guest in Magic Kingdom, you can do lunch quick service at Be Our Guest, or you can do table service dinner at Be Our Guest. Um, then the other dining plan is going to be the deluxe dining plan. This is going to be 3 meals, whether it's quick service or table service. You also have your two snacks, your refillable mug. With the snacks, you can bank them if you want, so it's not like you have two snacks today. If you don't use them, they're gone. You get two snacks for that day, and if you end up not using one, you can use again the next day. And if you don't end up doing that, you can keep banking them, and then at the end of the trip, you can go to gift shops or candy stores or whatever. Personally, I like to bank some of mine, and I go to Goofy's Candy Shop, and I go and get a lot of the candy there, or do some other stuff. Personally, I wouldn't waste your snacks on like bottled water or stuff that's um, super cheap. Just something you could easily just pay out of pocket for. Um, the refillable mugs, they are only allowed to be used for non-alcoholic beverages. If you want alcohol, they have alcohol that you can buy, but refillable mugs, it can save you a lot of money, because like bottle pop is like $4 or $5, and when you can go fill up a 24-ounce mug or 20-ounce mug like multiple times, you for $20, you pay $20 and you use it for your whole trip, and it's a great deal. So if you choose the deluxe dining plan, one suggestion I have for you is just don't do all all table service restaurants. Otherwise, you're just gonna be you're gonna get up, rush your breakfast, get done, and then pretty much rushing to your lunch, and then get done, and then pretty much rushing to your dinner, and it's not fun. Trust me, I've done it. It's not fun. So just stick to one or two table services a day. And if you're and when you do your reservations, just make sure you're in the same vicinity of the park that you're going to be at for that day. So if you're at Magic Kingdom, make a reservation at Magic Kingdom or Wilderness Lodge, Contemporary, Grand Floridian, Polynesian, Fort Wilderness, places like that. That are going to be closer to your park, so that way you don't have to worry about having to go from Magic Kingdom to Epcot, or Magic Kingdom Hollywood Studios, or Magic Kingdom to Animal Kingdom. That way you're in the same vicinity. So the price for the dining plan is based on the nights that you stay. So per night for person, it's $116.25. So for two adults for 10 nights, it's going to be $2,325. This price can depend on number of people, the age of the people going. So if your age is 3 to 9, it can be like $75. If you're 10 and older, it's the 116.25. I'm not sure about two and under, um, and it all depends on how many nights you're staying. Um, what if you're staying on property, you can make your dining reservations for your whole trip 180 days before your trip. So, since my trip is going to be August 1st, I can make my reservations on February 3rd, 2020. And if you're not staying on Disney property and you're not Disney, if you're not a resort guest, um, you can only make them 90 days before your trip, um, and or before the day that you want to go. Um, Now that you got all the main things planned out, you need to think of some fun things to do, like some tours would be a great option. I've done a few tours. Behind the Seeds is a great one. The Marceline to Magic Kingdom tour is another great one. Behind the Seeds takes a look behind Living with the Land ride in Epcot at Future World, or next to where Figment Journey into Imagination with Figment is. And this also shows you a little bit more about the ride, how they maintain the greenhouses, the plants, some of the things they're doing with like um, uh, hydroponics. It's basically instead of using soil, they just put fertilizer in water and they dig out the soil because the soil soaks up most of the nutrients. So in order for the stuff to get all the nutrients, they use just water. It's great, um, and they end up um, all the veggies at Living with the Land actually supply all the restaurants at Epcot. It might They might also supply the all four parks, but I am not 100% sure on that. I just know for sure Epcot. Um, Great place to go and get this fresh stuff is Garden Grill. It's just right above Living with the Land, right when you walk in. It's kind of like a turnstile, like a merry-go-round in a way. You just keep slowly moving around the, and you get to see a little bit of the Living with the Land scenes at the beginning of the ride. Um, then Marceline the Magic Kingdom tour takes a look into like Walt Disney's life, how he created Walt or Disney World, and like you take a look a little bit at the Haunted Mansion. You go on the ride and they talk a little bit about it. They also take you behind the scenes to look at how they made the effects for the dinner room. Um, and then they also talk. You also ride Carousel of Progress, and they talk about that a little bit. Uh, some of the tours I would like to do would be Backstage Magic, Keys to the Kingdom, and the magic behind our steam trains. Backstage Magic is a 7-hour tour and costs $275 per person. This tour takes a look at all four parks, the Utilidors under the Magic Kingdom, the American Adventure in Epcot, and more stuff. Um, it Backstage Magic departs at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Then Keys to the Kingdom is a 4.5 hour tour and it costs $99. This takes you through Magic Kingdom and the Utildors and some other things at Magic Kingdom. They'll talk about this tour departs daily at 8 a.m., 8:30, 9, 9:30, and 10 o'clock. And then there is the Magic Hunter Steam Trains, and it's a 3-hour tour. Takes you behind the scenes, look at how they keep the steam train running, how they set up for the day. They take you backstage. And this tour takes place Sunday to Thursday and departs at 7:30 a.m. and costs $54. So for 2 adults to go to all 3 tours, it's going to cost $856. This all depends on the number of tours you're going on, the people going, the tour you're going on, and where you're doing them at. And sometimes it depends on time of day. Like some of the early morning ones they have can be cheaper than the late night ones. Another fun thing to do is, for me, I like to golf. So I loved going golfing when I went in October 2018. And it is the best place to go golfing, in my opinion. Grounds are well kept. The staff is very friendly and understanding. So if you are late for your tee time, they can work with you and set your tee time a long ways back for you. And they just make it magical. In Walt Disney World Golf, they have a great motto that really fits. It's called they say the happiest place on turf. This and Walt Disney World Golf really lives up to this. Even if you have a bad day or a bad round of golf, they just seem to turn your day around or turn that round of golf around. For me, I'm not the greatest golfer, so sometimes I get frustrated when I have a bad shot and I hit it way off in the woods, nowhere to be found. And so I did that a few times, and I was just simply in disbelief instead of hitting my club on the ground. There's just something really magical about golfing at Disney World, and just some tips I have for you. Bring your own equipment. So bring your own clubs, bring your own shoes, bring your own gloves, your own balls. Just because you don't know where the shoes have been. You don't know how the clubs hit. You know what you like, and they probably don't have your brand of clubs. I know the one brand I knew they had was TaylorMade. So for me, I don't have TaylorMade. So I didn't want to get them. And it is an extra cost from your tee time or from your green fees. I think it's like close to $50 for shoes, or it's like $50 for clubs and like $25 for shoes. So you're paying like double your tee time. There are 4 golf courses. There is Lake Buena Vista, Palm, Magnolia, and Oak Trail. Lake Buena Vista is located at Saratoga Springs. This is an 18-hole golf course. It's my absolute favorite course to golf anywhere. Then there is Palm Golf Course. This is located across the road from Polynesian, and it's right next to Magnolia and Oak Trail Golf Course. This is a 18-hole course also, but it is a professional course. PGA Tour used to play on this one and Magnolia up until 2012. Not sure why they stopped, but they just did. Magnolia is the other 18-hole professional golf course that Disney has. Then there's also the Oak Trail Golf Course. This is a 9-hole course. This course has foot golf and regular golf. I know, like, some of you are probably thinking the exact same thing I was thinking. What in the heck is foot golf? Well, foot golf is basically you use your foot with a soccer ball to play golf instead of using a club and a golf ball or tees. If you are looking to use a cart for golfing, you would have to go to like Buena Vista, Palm, or Magnolia, just because that's Disney's policy on that. Otherwise, if you want to go Oak Trail, you have to either get a hand cart, bring your own, or carry your own bags. They might have somebody that can help you with your clubs. You just need to ask. These carts are awesome. They have a tablet attached to them. They keep track. You can keep track of your score on these. They'll tell you how far away from the pin you are, how far away from other golfers you are. So if you want to slow down or anything, and then when you hit a certain hole, you can even order food. So that way, when you get back to the clubhouse, it's ready for you. The carts are included with the price of your tee time. Another thing you need to know is that these carts will tell you how far away from the green you need to be. So once you hit a certain distance, they will slow down, and then when you hit that absolute no go, it'll stop and you have to back up. It's really nice. Little fact, if you didn't know, or a secret, is that Disney, if you're sitting on Disney property, they will get you a free taxi ride to your round of golf. So, usually you go down to luggage assistance. I recommend going down there an hour before your tee time. And you just say, hey, I got a tee time at Lake Buena Vista, Palm, Magnolia, or Oak Trail, and they'll get you a ride to that golf course. And if you need help bringing your clubs down from your room, just give them a call and they'll be happy to come down and help you get your clubs and bring them down, so you don't have to load. So per round of golf, it ranges from $49 to $125. So for me, I'd love to go golfing twice. I'd probably go to Magnolia since I haven't been to that one yet. Now I'd probably also go to Lake Buena Vista again. So probably be anywhere from $98 to $250. Another thing you have to figure out is what the best time to go golfing is for you. For me, it's always after 1 o'clock because there's less people. Weather's starting to cool down. You always get the best deal. And there's no wet grass. So if you go in the morning, there's always dew. So I don't like having wet shoots. So it all depends on what you prefer. And if golfing isn't your cup of tea, there's also mini golfing. There are 2 different places you can go, but there are 4 courses. They say that there's 2 courses, but simply not true because there's 2 courses. There wouldn't be 4 places to play. There is Winter Summerland Miniature Golf. This is located at Blizzard Beach Water Park. The courses are winter and summer. They're basically the same course, just a different layout. One it's winter, one summer. They're both like Christmas, Santa themed. Then there's also Fantasia Gardens and Fairway. This is located at Swan and Dolphin, or at the Walt Disney World Swan Hotel, actually. Fantasia is kind of based off of the movie. So you can play some of the scenes from the movie, and they will. And then there's the fairways, which is set up to look like a regular golf course. So they have turf that is made to look like water traps and sand traps. For me, I want to go twice per round. It costs $14 per person. So for two people to go 2 rounds, it costs $56, which is not too bad. And then another thing you know about Disney is they have professional photographers. So if you don't want to have somebody else take a picture, you don't want to go out and buy a digital camera, and you want to get a good picture, they have professional photographers that can take your picture. This is called PhotoPass Memory Maker. There's a few different options. The cheapest one is $69.95. It's great because you pay up front, and then when you get done with your Disney trip, they'll send you your pictures, and they also send you some pictures of like special events, performances, and some of like the season when you went. So if you're going Halloween, they'll send you Halloween ones. Going winter, they'll send you winter. Or if you don't feel like paying right now, you can always wait till later and pay, and they will, or you can. You'll still be able to take pictures. You just won't be able to get them right away. Another thing is, people think you need a car when you go to Disney. You don't. Disney has simply thought of everything. They have buses that'll take you from the airport, to and from the airport, the resort, the parks, Disney Springs, water parks, ESPN, basically everywhere. So to get you to and from the airport, there's Disney's Magical Express. This is basically a coach bus service that will pick you up, and you don't have to get your own checked luggage. So you don't have to go down to baggage claim and get your luggage. They'll get it for you and bring it to your resort, and most likely by the time you get into your room, it's already going to be there for you. Unless you land after 10 p.m., they stop at, if your flight lands before 10 p.m., then you don't have to worry about getting your luggage. Otherwise, they will go get it, or otherwise you have to go get it after 10 p.m. When you land. So basically, as soon as your wheels hit the ground, whatever time it is, if you hit ground at 9:59, your luggage will get to your room. It just might not get there as quickly as the day because there's less people, but they'll get it to you. And to get you to and from the parks or water parks or Disney Springs, they have Disney Transport. It's basically a city bus. It takes you to and from the parks, Disney Springs, water parks. This service runs about an hour and a half before first park open, and about an hour after the parks close. So when my trip is almost done, or your trip is almost done, the day before you check out, Disney will bring up your departure time for the Magical Express. This time is normally about 3 hours before your flight time, just so they have enough to pick up other people at different resorts, or so you can get through security on time. They'll also bring up some luggage tags, and so that you can make sure you have your luggage. And so now that it's the day of your checkout, you can give luggage assistance a call if you don't feel like lugging your luggage yourself all the way down. They can send somebody up and help you to get down if you don't feel like carrying it down by yourself. All you have to do is just call. Then basically they'll help you weigh your luggage, get your airline tag, get you the Disney tag so that Disney can get you your luggage on the right flight. And so now that we got everything all planned and everything, let's see what the cost for the trip is going to be. So for the plane ticket, it's going to be $784.40. The resort is going to be $2,054. For the parks, it's going to be $1,134.64. For the dining plan, it's going to be $2,325. For all three tours, it's going to be $856. For the golf, it's going to be anywhere between $98 and $250. For the photo pass, it's going to be $69.95. So for the grand total, it's going to be anywhere between $7,321.99 and $7,473.99 before taxes. Again, this could all change depending on whether you go by yourself, how many people are going with you, when you're going, what flight you're taking, what tickets, how you're paying for meals, things you're doing. This does not include your souvenirs, so you still got money that needs to be factored into this. If you have questions, just leave them in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.